Hey there, gang. This is Toby, host of the podcast Prioritize. I know that everything you listen to and every YouTube video you watch always has that, hey, gang, like and subscribe.
Right. Why you no like and subscribe?
No. That's my thing. I don't want to pressure you into liking or subscribing to anything, especially if you don't get value from it.
Why you no get value from this?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, if you like it, you're welcome to subscribe it.
Otherwise, we shoot you and bury you in desert.
No, we're not planning on doing that.
Fine. We just bury you in desert.
No, we're not going to shoot you, and we're not going to bury you in the desert.
Why we do nothing?
Well, I'm just saying, if you like it, you're welcome to subscribe, leave a comment or something like that. This helps other people find it as well.
Right. We need your help. Otherwise, we shoot you.
No, we're not going to do that.
Fine. We do nothing. This is a stupid show.
Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is Prioritize. Here we discuss prioritizing faith, family, relationships, and more. I am your crazy white, formerly fat host, the Baker Boy himself. Welcome to the show. Today we want to talk about prioritizing building something with your kids. Building something. I don't even know if it matters what you do. It's taken. We just did this thing. I thought it was really cool. I like it a lot. Maybe you won't like it. It's going to be up on the website. And it's not like it's super fantastic in great comparison to so many other projects out there that you look at on Pinterest and it's like, oh man, mine might have very well been a Pinterest fail. I'm sure it was a Pinterest fail. You probably don't even want to see it. I was working as a project administrator for a local outfit, and they loved to restore old homes. It's pretty cool. Like they would buy a home from the early 1800s where they used the square nails and original wood, and I mean, just very cool stuff. So they had this one with a 4,000 square foot barn, 45 foot high barn. I mean, this thing was mammoth. It was very sizable. And in this, they had a lot of wood they're trying to get rid of, right? So it was either going to the burn pile, it was going to a trash bin. Like, hey, I raised my hand. Like, I think I can use that. And of course, are you sure you want to have this around your house? Yes, this is good wood.
Please, give to Toby.
So they obliged. I scored some really cool barn wood and was going to, that very summer, build this table with our three boys. And I had this, it was like visions of screwdrivers dancing in my head. I had it all planned out. We were going to get to what I was going to watch at least 1.5, if not 2 full YouTube videos before I decided I would be the perfectionist and I could do it all on my own. And I don't need any kind of instructions. I would just put it all together. Bada boom, bada bing. But I would have my kids there. Our boys are going to be there. They're going to help me drill and sand and put things together. And then at the very end, we're going to sand off a spot for that. And then we're going to burn our names into it. And then we're going to slack it with a really cool slacking of some kind of sealant that's going to seal it from the elements. And then bada boom, bada bing, we're done. We got this beautiful outdoor table that we will use and enjoy for years to come. And then there's going to be someday when Joyce and I will be here no longer, but that table will remain as the family table that we built together. Now, you're probably asking yourself, so did that actually happen? Not right away. It took me some time, few months, couple years or so, but it looked so good standing there in the corner collecting all the dust. Sadly, I did not get directly to the table that I wanted to. I kept putting it off and thinking, well, we can all get to that. Just let me get through this other project. And then I'd get called away to Palo Alto, California and Pennsylvania and Texas. And I'm working with the military and I'm doing this thing over here. And it's like, I just don't have any time. I don't have any energy. I'm home for 2 days and then I'm right out back at the door off to Newark, New Jersey. When can I actually, there's going to be time. We're going to get it together. And before I knew it, we had 2 kids that had graduated high school. And that looming feeling as I walked into the garage. I've been home for a few weeks now. I'm just trying to catch up on stuff. It's crazy. I know. You're not hearing anything new. You could probably put me to shame with how busy you've been. I try not to be busy. We should do a podcast. We'll have to do a podcast sometime about not being buried under Satan's yoke. I think that's the acronym for busy. We can be productive, but there should be like a 6-in-1 rhythm, right? Where you work for 6, you're off for 1. Work for 6, almost like a 7 days. I don't know. I want to follow the example of the one who set that for me. Did a very good job, by the way. So I walked into the garage. Was it last week? I think it was last week, and there stands the wood. We have someone who's done with college, we have somebody in the middle of college, and then we have somebody who's getting ready to graduate high school. Days, not years, not months, days away. And I'm like, oh, shoot, we never put this together. Epic fail for Dad. Epic fail for Dad. Well, maybe not epic. Maybe that's just how it seems in my own head. I know we build these things up in our minds. I know that I do. So if you do as well, please note you're not alone in this. You're not alone. We get these ideas in our head and we're certain that it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be something that they remember for years to come. We just get buried under stuff that the thing we were going to do seems to fall in terms of priority. And that's why we created this little podcast, to try to keep things in, order, in priority. Prioritize these things. Sometimes you got to take things off of the plate. You got too many things on your plate. You know how Thanksgiving comes along and you're trying to stack as much on that plate as you possibly can. You get like halfway through and you're looking like, I just can't eat anymore. There's more that I want to eat. There's so much more I want to eat, but I can't eat anymore. Somebody didn't prioritize, and now you're sitting there like, oh, man, I got to get the grandma's apple pie, and then the other grandma's, the pumpkin pie. What is going on? I can't eat anymore. So we got to prioritize, right? I had to pull things off of my plate so that I could finish. I didn't even get started. I didn't even get it started, and our last kid is graduating. Does it get worse than that? I think it gets, I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Am I being too hard on me? Hopefully you're not being too hard on you. Maybe I'm talking to somebody out there who's got the exact same project in their head, and they never got around to it. Well, by golly, we leveled other priorities so that we can get to the table. And it was a lot of fun. It was really cool for me. I don't know if it was as cool for our youngest son, but before we knew it, we had all 3 sons helping us out, moving the table pieces around, getting all the, screws in place and drilling holes and drilling the screws and putting them together and getting the posts shaped up and sawed down and sanded down. And then we sanded off a whole corner of the table, and then we burn our names on it. I got a pic, so I'll have to throw them up on a blog. Not that you're, all that concerned. Ooh, I just have to see this table. Okay. I mean, it's cool. I think it looks cool. I've never built a table before. I'm not a big builder, but I thought after watching the YouTube videos and seeing a couple of pins on Pinterest, I'm like, I wonder if I can make that. Maybe we make that as a family. Then we can all burn our names under the wood, and then boom, we got a nice outside family table that we can point to and say, I made that. That thing over there, I made that. So there's somewhat of a feeling of accomplishment when you finish something. Why not bring your son into the project with you? Why not bring your daughter into the project with you? I got a friend of mine who is one of the leaders in the Boy Scouts. He's got his boys in with the Boy Scouts, and he is the cool thing about it, I know there's all kinds of different opinions about the Scouts, and, that's okay. The cool thing about it is he's always talking about building these cool boats, like a cardboard boat with duct tape, or he's building the go-kart things where the box car, soap car races. Is that what they're called? And I think it's so cool because he's doing something with his kids, and all that time he's talking to them, building into them, pouring into their lives all this knowledge that he's gained throughout the course of his lifetime. Folks, isn't that what it's all about? You're spending time with your kid, not on the video games. Is it wrong to play video games? No. That can be good, fun. That can be entertaining, but it's not all about the video. Get away from the video games. Go build something with your kids. And you get an honest to goodness, you get their attention right there, and then you can get some really good time with your kids building this thing, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's, a bridge out of toothpicks or a table or a soapbox car or whatever you enjoy doing. Do you enjoy podcasting? Bring your kid in and do a podcast with your kid. Doesn't mean it ever has to air, right? Just you can do an interview with your kid. You set a microphone in front of them and say, hey, let's do a podcast together. If you enjoy singing, writing songs, doing an author. We did something, I can't remember if I talked about this on a podcast, but I like to write, so I'm somewhat of a hack author. And then my son is found this affinity for writing. So I said, hey, when's the last time that you wrote? I don't know. He gets a little distracted with Netflix and Prime Video and school and then work and the Winter Drumline and marching band and music, things like that. So I'm like, hey, why don't you grab a notepad, paper, and a pen, bring it on down to the office. I will write, you will write, we'll write together. At the end, we can compare notes. So we just spend an hour with the random music in the background and something going on with YouTube and one of the DJs there, and he's writing, and I'm over here writing, and it was pretty cool. Hopefully someday he'll look back and I said, yeah, I wrote a couple times with my dad. We went out to his office and we were writing together. It's like being intentional. It's about being intentional with your kids. So find something you enjoy doing and bring them alongside you and teach them and pour into them and invest some time with them. Find something they enjoy doing and then go do it with them. If your kid enjoys, if your daughter really enjoys a tea party, hey, dress up, get in your best shirt, tie, dress clothes, have her dress up, then do this fantastic tea party and do the, if they want to do the makeup thing, do the makeup thing. If she's expecting the Queen of Sheba to arrive, then you expect the Queen of Sheba to arrive. And it doesn't matter if anybody else thinks it's silly. Your daughter thinks it's important. And it will be the highlight of her day, possibly her week or her year, that her dad took time away from work, away from your own stuff that you have on your list of priorities, and you spent time doing a tea party with your daughter and the imaginary whomever was going to be showing up at this very elaborate, invite-only tea party. Maybe play some basketball with your son. Do some wrestling with your son. Throw the football around, the frisbee, do they throw boomerangs around anymore? I don't know if they do that. Maybe you're over in New York and you got to do a special job for the boss man and you got to take some shovels. Hey, bring your kid along and, teach him how to dig out a hole for, to bury problems with. Okay, come on. I'm joking. Nobody uses holes to dig shovels anymore. That's silly. Nobody does that. So, yeah, spend some time with your kids. Invest in build something. Build something with your kids. And we'll see you next time.